So, wow, a good 20 years ago, I'm working as a security guard at Alta Bates and over there by Summit. And as I'm walking, I see this older brother. He's about maybe in his, 70, 80, with crutches and this big old, just intimidating looking cast on one of his legs. And he just sees me walking in my 20s, just all spry with no pain, no ailments, just walking all gracefully. And he just makes eye contact with me and he smiles and he laughs and he goes, "Just keep living, young man." And I didn't understand what that meant at first. I was just like, what? Okay, whatever. And then I started realizing later on in the day what that meant. He was really finding a funny way of showing me to take time to be thankful for what I have. Because one day you may wake up and wow, I used to not have pain when I would walk. And I really thought I understood it once I got that message, but no. Life has a way of really giving us the message raw and uncut. So let's fast forward to this year. It's November 22nd, and I am at a very important rap concert. This is Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan and Havoc from Mobb Deep. The reason this is important is because Mobb Deep, half of Mobb Deep, has went on to the ancestors. So the other half of Mobb Deep has not went on tour for a very long time since then. And this is the first time. And so we're all happy because we haven't seen our groups go on tour in a long time. So everyone in the Bay is there and we're all dressed nice and we're having so much fun. I mean, from the moment the DJ starts spinning the music, and the joy got to me, y'all. Got to me so much that I forgot I was 44 years old. And I started jumping up and down the entire night. The entire night, I would not stop jumping up and down. I could not stop it. I'm like 5'9"? My head touched the ceiling a few times. And then in the morning, my knees reminded me that they did not appreciate the overtime I put them through. Yes, indeed. Joy is always present. Circumstances change all the time, but joy is always in the room, like, hey, pay attention to me. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I grew up at a time where teasing each other was just okay. Teachers didn't have this anti-bullying. Matter of fact, if it was funny enough, the teacher may laugh. I was a sensitive kid who was not allowed to tease in my family, so when I went to school, I would hope teasing didn't start. Then there were those other group of kids who had a different way of going about things. They couldn't wait until the teasing would start because, they had jokes. I didn't have them. There was one time, I see how everything comes full circle because this is also an Alameda story, where me and my Berkeley friends were looking for a party somewhere in Alameda. I forget where it was, but we never found the party. And since we never found the party, now it's time for us to amuse ourselves on the way back home. Everybody on this bus has Jordans and Air Max and cool little Reeboks. And, my dad, he was a little more frugal than that, so I didn't have those things. Which means I became a prime target of the teasing. Now, there's only one life. So when you're thinking, I hope they don't tease me about, guess what people are going to pick up? Everything you were hoping they do not tease you about. See, for that long bus ride, I felt like a victim. I felt like what was going on with me was I was being attacked, but what really was going on was they were just picking up on my insecurities. And I thought all I had to do was just look as pitiful as possible, and they'll leave me alone. And God was like, no, this is the day you get over your insecurities. And something awoke in me. Something just awoke in me, and it was just like, just enjoy it. And from that place of enjoyment, I was able to come up with some pretty good jokes and keep people off me. It got to the point to where I learned to actually love when the jokes would start, to the point to where I became a battle rapper, joining in competitions for people to tease me and me tease them back poetically. Joy is a revolutionary thing, especially right now in these moments. Let me tell everybody in here, especially those who were teased, nothing makes the antagonizer feel much more happy than watching you get upset. Stop getting offended. I have a little sister. She will tell you the moment she stopped getting mad was the moment I found something else to do. Stop getting mad. Do you not know that you are God in the flesh? Do you not know that? If you truly knew, I wouldn't be able to tease you. Stop it. I don't care what orientation you are, what so-called gender you may be, what so-called race you think you are. You are God in the flesh. Stop getting angry. Stop. The moment I learned this, I realized it wasn't just joy I was feeling, it was freedom. Who's ready to really feel joy? Now here we are on this wonderful day, this wonderful time in the year. We have holy days and just where we're giving gifts, and it's all love and family and just all that. That's really what's supposed to be. But because we live in America, we learn how to turn it into something else. And so silently becomes this competition of whoever gets the best gift, whoever gives the most big and expensive gifts, that is the person who won the competition. And let's not act like we haven't all participated in it. I am a parent too. You think I haven't? As soon as my son wanted that Switch, I was like, yeah, that'll get me that world's best dad hat. And here's what's so funny about that. As adults, we put ourselves through so much stress, so much expectations, and we starve ourselves so we can save our little pennies to get that toy for our kid. And what does the kid do? Plays with the box that the toy came in. We can get angry at that, or we can learn that the child is telling us right there, see how simple joy is? The kid don't even want the toy as much as the box. I am telling you, if there's a child in your life, there's two things you can get them that will always keep them happy: balloons and bubbles, and those things are cheap. We are the ones who, oh, no, I want to get you the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip and the Reeboks, and the kid didn't even want that. Not only is joy revolutionary, it's always present. It's a file, an app, if you will, in your consciousness, always there at any time. We can go back to that moment in our lives where the adults around us asked us to tone down our joy. You were playing in the mud or singing some annoying song that nobody else want to hear, or just doing something, having joy, and the adults around you were like, cut that out. And so sometimes we do it. Now here's another thing that's beautiful about this thing called joy. Just like God, joy has many faces, has many ways of experiencing. Some people, some friends like to tease each other, and that's joy between them. Some only compliment each other and say nothing mean, and that's just the whole reason we get together. Joy looks like many different things, but when we see it, we know it. Those people are having joy over there. That's not the kind of way I would experience joy, but I can tell they're having joy over there. So when we see some joy that we particularly would not partake in, we don't need to police it and tell people, hey, you're doing it wrong. We can allow people to have their joy. Think about you as a teenager. Think about how ridiculous you dressed and how it got on everybody's nerves at the time. Oh, don't front. I'm talking about the bell bottoms, the tie-dye, how you had your natural all combed out big. Yes, those times. And when you look back on it, you're like, wow, I actually thought that was cool. I actually wore that. Let these kids wear their pants however they want. You were a kid once. Let them wear their pants how they want. Let me tell you right now, I stand before all of you, no child on the planet sagged as low as I did. And eventually I grew up and pulled my pants up. The reason why was because the adults around me loved me and allowed me to be a teen. The moment we start trying to act like there's something wrong with our teen, you know what's going to happen. They're going to rebel. You know that. Anything your parents told you not to do, well, I have to do it now. Mom, why'd you tell me that? But when there's joy in the village, it's a different thing. When there's joy in the village, we're all partying together. I remember times where we would go to festivals and every generation was partying to everybody's music together. My mama took me to see Nelson Mandela in '91 to the Oakland Coliseum when he got out. He went on tour, it was a big thing, and it was donation only. They wouldn't just sell you the ticket, it was just donation. Some people paid $100, some people paid $4. It was beautiful. And we screamed and hollered because he gave that beautiful speech. And right at the end, not only did KRS-One show up, but he showed up with Boogie Down Productions. And all those people, all those elders and children danced together to Boogie Down Productions. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about joy. Joy is just, you can't get rid of joy. You can't front on it. You can try so much to fight it. You can't. Ever catch yourself just nodding your head to a song you did not want to nod your head to? The joy in the room is making me do it. I don't even like the song, but that's how powerful joy is. And when we fight it, we make it's not healthy to fight joy. It's just not. Take a little bit of tablets of joy every day. And the fun, when you're really having fun with joy, you learn to laugh at yourself first. That embarrassing moment that keeps playing and you just keep getting mad about it and wishing that, can you please just laugh at it? Just laugh. If it was me, you would have laughed, and you just not laughing because it was you. If it was me, you would have laughed. Just laugh at it. There was this time I was walking down Telegraph. This when Telegraph was still Telegraph. And I walked by this old hippie who always sold those really cool patches. And I realized this time he's playing some music I recognize. And this is Nas's Illmatic album. This is an album by a high school dropout who put out a classic album on his first try and then later on won the W.E.B. Du Bois Award at Harvard. A high school dropout. Okay, this is really big for me to watch this man listening to Nas. And I started to get arrogant. I started to feel like I needed to say something about that, and I smiled at him very sarcastically and said, "What you know about that?" And that old hippie looked me dead in my eyes and put his chest out and said, "I like it." Who am I to tell him how to experience joy? Who am I to do that? Here I am talking about how I want to be free, how I want to be able to wear my do-rag where I want without people locking their car alarms when they see me, how I want to be able to just listen to whatever music I want, not have to talk with my professional voice when I answer the phone at work. All these things I want to do, and here I am doing the same thing to this man, and he smiled at me and told me, "I see where you're going. I see what you're doing. Here's what you get. You get to know that I like it." At the end of the day, we all want joy. What if we are the ones who allow people to experience their joy so we can experience ours? What if? I went to Ghana and I didn't want to believe it. My mom said, people just will start dancing, and as soon as people start dancing, people will join in with them. I didn't have the courage to do it because I saw how good those West Africans can dance. So that's the only reason I didn't try it. But I did see it at the supermarket. If someone is just experiencing joy, they will dance, and we will all be like, no, not you by yourself. We doing that too. Why do you think we high-five each other? What do you think that is? Think about the evolution of humans. Think about what do you think the first high-five was for? Why? Someone saw the energy on that person. It was like, I want some of that too. It's real. Joy is contagious. It's contagious. Ever see two people laughing hysterically? You don't even know what they're laughing at, but they're laughing so hard it makes you want to laugh too? It's in you. It's natural. It is your default mode. If you are not experiencing this joy right now, ask yourself, what am I doing to get in my own way right now? If you truly knew how amazing you are, you'd be laughing all the time right now. That's what joy really is. It's realizing right in this moment, this is God. That's what that is. Let's stop getting offended. None of this is real. That's not you. None of this is us anyway. That beautiful soul inside, that's you. This isn't even real. Let's laugh at it. That's the whole reason we go to the comedy show in the first place. That's the beautiful thing about when it's a good comedian, everybody gets teased. When there's only a small demographic you're picking on, that's not a good comedian. But when we all get teased, that is a great comedy show. And we all get to laugh. Like, oh, you heard what he said about my teeth? And it's just hilarious. Let yourself feel the joy. In the words of one of my last co-workers at Wells Fargo, Ronald Muhammad told me, stop taking life so serious. You're not going to survive it anyway. Peace and blessings. I love you all.